You've been lied to your entire life, told to be polite, told to be forgiving, told to be understanding. And where has that gotten you? Used, overlooked, disrespected. You've swallowed your voice to keep others comfortable. You've shrunk yourself to fit inside relationships that never deserved you. You've stayed in jobs, friendships, and commitments that drained your spirit because you didn't want to seem harsh. Let me tell you something dangerous. Kindness without boundaries is self-sabotage. You've been conditioned to endure, but I'm here to break that chain. Tonight, I'm not here to teach you how to be liked. I'm here to teach you how to be powerful. And that begins with one brutal, uncompromising truth. You must learn to walk away ruthlessly. Why do people stay where they suffer? Because suffering is familiar. Because walking away is hard. Because you've been programmed to believe that endurance equals virtue. That's a lie. Endurance without reward is slavery. You stay in relationships where you are breadcrumbed with affection. You stay in jobs where you are undervalued, overworked, and ignored. You stay in toxic environments because you're afraid of what happens next. That fear is your prison. And the worst part? They know. The manipulators, the narcissists, the emotional leeches. They know you'll hesitate. They know you'll wait for closure. They know you crave validation. So they feed you just enough hope to keep you obedient. That's not love. That's control. Walking away isn't weakness. Walking away is warfare. It is a deliberate, violent act of self-respect. You don't whisper when you leave. You don't explain. You don't plead. You vanish. When you walk away, you take with you the one thing they truly need: your attention. They can't feed on you if you're gone. They can't use guilt if you don't respond. They can't manipulate silence. Let me make something clear. Silence is the most lethal weapon in psychological warfare, because it makes them confront their emptiness without you. And that, my friend, is power. Walking away doesn't mean you act chaotically. No, chaos is the domain of the weak. You walk away with strategy, with control, with clarity, like a master surgeon removing a cancer. Clean, cold, certain. You don't yell. You don't announce it on social media. You don't write long letters to explain your pain. You let your absence scream. Because in the realm of power, restraint is louder than rage. And dignity silences pity. Let's destroy a myth. They didn't know better. They were going through something. They're not always like that. Listen to me. They knew. They knew your limits. They knew you were hurting. They just didn't care enough to stop. Because they counted on your forgiveness. They gambled on your empathy. And every time you returned, they learned one thing. You don't value yourself. Every second chance teaches them how to better manipulate you. Every excuse you make writes their playbook. Ruthless walking away is not cruelty. It's recalibration. It's putting the crown back on your head. From this moment on, I want you to live by a new law. No return. No apology. No explanation. When you walk away, you do not revisit the battlefield. Because the second you return, you surrender the power you claimed. You prove you were bluffing. You show them the door was never locked. Power demands permanence. You must build a psychological fortress that no manipulation can breach. And the cornerstone of that fortress? Detachment. Not coldness. Not numbness. But detachment, the unshakable discipline to choose yourself over chaos. To walk alone rather than crawl beside someone who makes you feel invisible. Now let's get practical. You want tools? Here they are. 1. Pattern recognition. Stop believing words. Start tracking patterns. They say they love you? Show me the actions. They promise change? Wait for behavior, not apologies. 2. The one-strike rule. High-value individuals do not tolerate repeated offenses. You get one betrayal, one lie, one humiliation. After that, you're gone. Not because you're bitter, but because you respect yourself. 3. The gray rock method. Go emotionally flat. Starve their need for drama, chaos, and attention. Become so boring they have nothing to feed on. 4. Strategic silence. The less you say, the more they unravel. Do not defend. Do not argue. Do not explain. Let them drown in the silence they forced you into for years. 5. Psychological subtraction. Write down every person, habit, or place that drains you. Then systematically subtract. Let them feel the void they once filled with poison. You don't owe anyone your destruction. Feel the betrayal. Feel the years you lost. Feel the humiliation of staying too long, giving too much, hoping too hard. Don't suppress it. Use it. Anger is not the enemy. Anger is fuel. Anger is the god of transformation whispering, "Never again." Let it light the match to burn bridges that lead nowhere. Let it slice through your indecision. Let it turn your pain into prophecy. They will call you cold. They will call you heartless. They will say, "You've changed." Good. Let them say it through gritted teeth. Let them gossip, scream, cry. Because behind the rage is regret. Behind the blame is grief. Behind the silence is power shifting. You've become the villain in their story? Perfect. The villain is the one who says, "Enough." The villain is the one who walks away and never looks back. You don't need to be liked. You need to be untouchable. You're not soft. You're not too sensitive. You're not too much. You've been powerful all along. You just forgot how to protect your energy. Walking away ruthlessly is how you remember. It's how you evolve from prey to predator, from pawn to player, from emotional hostage to high-value soul. The world doesn't change when you get louder. The world changes when you stop participating in what diminishes you. And from this day forward, you walk with a new posture. Not because you have something to prove, but because you finally remember who you are. So I ask you right now, who do you need to walk away from? What job, what person, what lie? Who is draining your fire and calling it love? Who is choking your ambition and calling it loyalty? Cut it. Cut them. Cut the chains. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not after another tearful conversation. No, because your life is shrinking while you hesitate. Every second you stay where you don't belong, you delay the empire you were born to build. So walk away. Walk away from the person who made you question your worth. Walk away from the room where your voice is ignored. Walk away from the history that chains you to mediocrity. And when you walk, walk ruthless. Walk without fear. Walk without apology. Walk without ever looking back. Because the next chapter of your life isn't written with ink. It's written in fire. Burn the bridges, light the path, and rise like the storm you were always meant to be.